Halo Campaign Evolved might be the first remake that I've played that isn't just trying to live up to the original. It's trying to save the entire franchise. Literally everything about Halo right now is relying on Halo Campaign Evolved being a standout success. And it's not just the series that I'm talking about that entire development team. Because right now at Xbox, almost everybody is up on the chopping block. Asia Sharma is coming out there with a freaking katana and she's cutting everybody down. If you don't have a game in development that seems like it's going to be a massive success, then you're probably cut. And right now with Halo, at Halo Studios, it doesn't really seem like they have that. So they need this game to be an absolute banger. This game needs to sell tons of copies on PlayStation. It needs to drive up numbers on Game Pass, and it needs to be a standout success on Steam. Now, after having played through the game 2 times now, first time on Heroic, second time on Legendary, I can tell you straight up that this game is realistically fantastic. Does it improve upon Halo? Some ways yes, some ways no. I think in a lot of ways, the original game actually still stands out as like the masterpiece of Halo. I think they just absolutely perfected the level design. The combat encounters are excellent. It really captured that feel of Bungie magic, where they went into the game understanding that in order for it to be truly great, they need to have a never-ending cycle of 30 seconds of fun, where every 30 seconds, something awesome is happening, something that just keeps you hooked into this gameplay loop to just be laser focused on, I'm Master Chief, I'm fighting the Covenant, and this game is awesome. And they absolutely nailed it. And with this game from Halo Studios, it kind of seems like they deviated from that. They wanted to try new things. They wanted to redesign combat encounters. They wanted to redesign certain aspects of levels. They wanted to redesign the UI and just kind of overload you with everything going on at your screen all at once, even reminding you non-stop throughout the game that if you click the left mouse button, you'll shoot your gun. Thanks, didn't need that tip actually. And what's happened is that it's kind of made the feel of the game just slightly off. Let me give you an example. In one of the early levels, Truth and Reconciliation, one of my favorite levels ever, in the original game, you felt like you were infiltrating the ship, you were blasting away the Covenant, and it was a tight, tense experience. And in this game, they were like, well, if you're infiltrating the ship, you should fight approximately 600,000 Covenant. So we're just gonna send wave after wave after wave after wave after wave after wave of enemies at you. It's like, but that's not really the pacing of the original, and it kind of messes up with the pacing of the level. You shouldn't be fighting that many. And I understand, sure, they probably want to put more Covenant on the screen. They think it's cool, like, look at how many we could do. Look at all this. Now you're really the Master Chief storming the ship and you're killing everybody. Okay, I get it, but it throws off the feel. It throws off the pacing. And for somebody who doesn't have that original experience, they probably won't notice, and the game will just feel great. You might feel like, hey, I'm kind of shooting a lot. Kind of stuck in one room for a long time, just shooting guys over and over. Like, I want to keep moving, which is what I mean by throwing off the pacing. But they overall did a very good job here. There's also a few things that I could realistically nitpick. Like, I don't like that there's so much clutter on the screen. I don't like that the voice acting for basically everybody other than Chief and Cortana feels a little bit stiff. Even realistically, the voice acting for Cortana, they changed her up a little bit. It's almost like they were like, look at the weapon and look how the weapon speaks. Now make Cortana more like that. It's like, but that's not really her character. Even Chief, he does a couple of quips and I don't really love that. Even the direction of the cutscenes, sometimes it's very, very stiff. A lot of things just feel very stiff. I understand that this is Halo Studios' first game in Unreal Engine, but a lot of it feels kind of amateurish, where like an expert level designer or an expert UI designer, or just like an expert director of cinematics, they would change a lot of that stuff. Like, a lot of it just feels very much almost like placeholder that they just never bothered to update because they're like, it's fine, it's good enough for now. And then they're just like, you know what, it's good enough to ship, let's just get it out. If you haven't played Halo before, I think you could play Halo Campaign Evolved and you would have a fantastic time. They've really done a good job at making a lot of it feel more modern. I love the sprinting. I think that's a great addition. A lot of people don't like that. I think that adding the skulls and making it so that you can play third person if you want, I think that's a really cool addition. A lot of people don't like that for some reason, but it's just an option that you can enable or disable. You know what I mean? It's a skull, who cares? There's stuff that they did right and there's stuff that they did wrong. It is a great entry point for new Halo fans who want to experience just a great shooter, because we don't get a lot of really actually great shooter campaigns anymore. Honestly, almost like, yeah, it's visually beautiful. It looks like a stunning AAA title from 2026, which it is. But realistically, if you want the best possible gameplay out of it, I'd probably recommend that you play the original. Yeah, this game is nice and beautiful, and yeah, it does run really well, and yeah, it's really fun to play, because Halo itself is really fun to play. But some of those things are just a little bit off, or it just doesn't feel as tight. And part of that is because of Halo Studios. And that brings to some of the worst news, which is that this game wasn't even mainly developed by Halo Studios and that it was primarily outsourced. Meaning that this entire time since Halo Infinite, with 343 Studios becoming Halo Studios and figuring out what they're gonna do with the future of Halo, going through apparently a Halo MMO that somehow nobody at the studios heard of, Project Iker, whatever, which is like their Battle Royale, which then became Extraction, which then became back to Battle Royale, but which then became a giant multiplayer game, which now is canceled. Then Halo Next, which is gone now. Then apparently Halo 2 and 3 remake, which now they don't even know if they're gonna do. So what exactly has Halo Studios been fucking doing this entire time, dude? What have you been doing? You've apparently been brushing up your skills on Unreal Engine, but that can't be really true if somebody else was realistically developing most of Halo Remake. So what's going on here? How is Halo been so mistreated this entire time? Halo should be the selling point of Xbox. Halo should be the face of Xbox. Halo should be the one thing that makes Xbox fans go, holy God, I'm so excited that I have an Xbox because I have Halo. I can play Halo. Halo is the game on Xbox. But Xbox is basically like, hey, Halo. Like, they like punch Halo in the face and they shove it into a locker and they're like, fuck you, loser. We have Call of Duty now. What are you doing? Halo should be the standout. And for them to not have a new Halo project on the horizon ready to go is baffling to me, dude. How? All that says to me is that the remaining cuts that are coming up at Xbox, the other 1,600 cuts that they're gonna do throughout the rest of the year, they are gonna gut the shit out of Halo Studios, dude. They're done. I don't know what's going on. Like, I don't want that to happen because it's very clear that there are developers at Halo Studios that know what they're doing. You can tell throughout Campaign Evolved, there are aspects of the game that are so polished. A lot of the models look fantastic. I think the levels look visually beautiful. I think the sound is great, even though the audio mix is terrible. Like, the individual sound effects sound awesome, but when it's all happening all at once, guns sound weak and too quiet. You barely notice your shield going off. 88% of the time, you don't hear somebody coming up behind you. Like, you know how many times I've just been killed by an elite behind me? Didn't hear a whisper, not even a nothing. Boom, just dead. Don't know what's going on. Like, you know, there's certain things like that that I think need to be fine-tuned, but there's still people there that know what they're doing. Or realistically, maybe not, because it seems like nobody at that studio could figure out how to put a game together, which is why there's nothing coming up. The most obvious thing in the world to literally everybody should be that Halo 2 and 3 remake are coming up. And if you played the game, not even played the game, if you look at the official Halo YouTube page, they're basically saying that here's the proof that it's coming. But if you talk to anybody at the studios, they'll tell you that it's not confirmed. All the internal chatter is that there is zero chance right now of those games coming out. That's not good. How? I just don't understand how. What is Halo Studios doing that they don't have a follow-up? What is Xbox thinking that they don't have a roadmap for them? That they don't have a dedicated plan to what is next for Halo? Especially when Halo Infinite was supposed to be a 10-year project. Halo Infinite, the name itself, is supposed to mean that they're going to extend this on and on and on, continuing to update, continuing to release new things. That obviously completely fell apart. So what the fuck is going on, dude? How could you have these things in development? Halo Next, Project Iker, Halo 2 and 3 remake, and now none of that is on the table. Except now you release this game, you want people to be interested. You have people like me, you have people like Mr. Matty Plays, you have people all over telling you that it's a great, great, great remake. Not perfect, but it is great. And you're supposed to be interested. It's supposed to get fans interested. It's supposed to get new people interested in Halo. But then, by the way, we have nothing coming up after this. Nothing. What's going on, man? Outsourcing, mismanagement, leadership that has no fucking clue about a goddamn thing. And then developers sitting there wondering, like, what the hell's going on? What the hell do we do next? People are gonna blame us. We're gonna lose our jobs because of fucking morons at the top. I want to recommend the game. I am recommending the game, realistically. I am. I think it's really good. I think it's a really fun, good game. But it launched without an idea of what's coming next. And that's hard to say. You should jump into this as an excited fan to get ready for the future. This is a great leaping off point for the future of Halo. Because maybe it's not. Maybe this is the final Halo. I personally think that Halo, realistically, this was a great sending off to me. And I think that now Halo needs to kind of just go quiet for like 5 years. Don't talk about it. Don't show anything about it. Don't do anything with it. Just let it breathe and build up something truly unbelievably good. I'd be happy with the 2 and 3 remake, realistically, I really would. But I think to really sell it, to really make Halo good, Make people miss Halo first, and then bring Halo back with a vengeance, dude. To be like, oh my god, dude, this is what we were missing. One of the best shooters ever. I think that's what Halo truly needs.